Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Garage Talk Sports. I'm Mills.
I'm Bobby.
And I'm Nick.
And we have a special guest as well. You want to introduce yourself to the show, Beef?
Yeah, my name's Beef, so I already introduced me.
Give your Marcos.
He's Beef. I like Beef.
This is Beef, guys. He's going to be joining us this week. We're excited to have him here. He's just a good friend of ours.
Packers fan, though.
Packers fan, so let him hear it in the comments. People, please give it to him. Then again, the Bears suck too, so whatever. But we were excited for this episode, guys. It's kind of been, outside of the NBA Finals, not really much going on in sports. So we're going to just kind of have some fun with this week's episode, see wherever the conversation takes us. It kind of tends to be how it goes when we have guests on here. Also, let us know what you think about the new layout. We kind of mix things up. I'm kind of liking it, guys. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, this feels a little more open.
It does, honestly.
We might have to do this more often going forward. We'll see, though. But as always, we'll kick it off with our hot spots this week. Any volunteers to go first?
I'll go first.
Nick wants to go first. All right, let's hear it, Nick.
I went to see Top Gun this weekend.
Okay.
And so, I don't know, movie's fine, but I think the movie started at 11. There was 25 minutes of previews.
So it didn't start till 11:30.
Yeah. It's why don't you just say the movie's going to start at 11:30?
Previews start at 11.
PM?
AM.
Oh, okay, all right.
But it's like, why are you starting previews when it says the movie's going to start? Because then, you don't know exactly when I don't need to see every single preview for every movie. I'll be honest, I don't.
You're probably not going to see any of those movies.
There was 2 previews that were 10 seconds each. I'm just play really short clips. And if I want to see more of the trailer, I know I'm watching.
If you can't get me interested in 15 seconds, I don't need to watch the whole 2 minutes. Simple as that.
So Top Gun, good or bad?
Good movie.
Good movie. But no, I get what you're saying, because I went to see the Batman movie back when it was in theaters. And I went at I bought a really late ticket. I'm not gonna lie. It was an 11 p.m. start time, but it was same thing. It was a half hour, 45 minutes of previews. So by the time I got out of the theater, it's going on 3 a.m. and I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
It was just.
But you can't show up late. Night. You can't be I'm gonna show up 15 because there's only 10 minutes of previews. You have no idea how many previews there's gonna be.
It's just. They gotta chill with the previews, man. We got places to be after this movie. I'm banking on the 2.5 hour runtime. And not having to sit through 45 minutes of previews. And that doesn't even count the first, when you get there and it's another, 10 minutes before the lights even go off, just of random commercials and stuff.
Yeah. Sure. And movies you don't want to see. That Bob's Burger movie, though?
They're making a Bob's Burger movie?
It's out. I saw it.
Oh.
Pretty decent.
I didn't even know.
When you guys go to the movie, do you guys go to AMC or do you guys try and look for, a privately owned one?
I go out to Imagine in Frankfurt.
That's where I go.
It's cheap.
It is
Tickets are cheaper. It's nicer.
I like Hollywood Boulevard in.
You're fancy. Okay.
No, I'm not fancy.
Nick's got money,
the fact
guys. Bobby makes jokes about him being about how I was some wealthy guy for going.
All right, the tickets are cheaper. Yeah, it's about $6 for a seat, 6 to 8 depending on what movie you see.
They have computer chairs.
And then also,
they all creak too.
Yeah,
some of them do.
Oh, but isn't that? I thought that's a place where they you get a waiter and everything.
Yeah,
you literally eat we can get a burger, a full meal that's $10. So you can go there and see a show and get a movie cheaper than going to Chili's or Applebee's and then going to AMC.
All right, Nick, I take it back.
It is fancier, but it's also cheaper.
Well,
but then again, I do like the reclining. Although honestly, whenever I'm sitting in leather and stuff, anyone else get kind of sweaty sitting on leather?
Also, my recliner didn't work all the way.
By the end of the movie, I'm scared to stand up because I don't want people to see my swass. I'm I hope I don't have. It's I hope I don't have swass showing. Yeah, but the lights aren't off in the building when you leave the theater.
That's true.
All right, so then I gotta hope someone stands behind me. Usually I have Mel do a quick check. I'm yo, am I good on swass? I'm not kidding.
As soon as
we're not light colored shorts,
previews hit, you just gotta get up and run.
Boom! I'm out.
Yeah, you gotta be the first one out the door.
First one out the door. Don't look back. I usually don't. No, actually, I pretty much only exclusively wear khaki shorts when it's short season. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not worried when I'm wearing jeans and stuff because if I'm soaking through jeans and swass, I'm probably dehydrated. So
you need some water,
that would take a lot of sweat to get that out of you. To soak through and see it on jeans. That's
my God.
That's kind of gross to think about and uncomfortable.
So Top Gun, is it worth it for me to watch the first one since
the first one's free on Amazon Prime Video. I recommend it.
You don't need to watch the first one.
I was told that I'm not going to understand Top Gun if I don't watch the first one.
Oh, that's what they say so that you watch the first one.
No, you could be fine.
I was told that by my supervisor.
There's parts of it. There's parts of it where you're going to be I really don't understand that inside joke or what's going on here. But I saw Top Gun when I was probably 13 last time I saw it, and It didn't matter.
My recommendation: just read the Wikipedia summary of the plot for the first one. You'll be good.
Yeah.
I know everything I need to know about Top Gun 1 just from that, but I did watch it a couple nights.
Pretty much the most important things they show you again. Like they replay it.
They flashback it.
You didn't see it. Why are you talking about it? Like
I'm backing you up, Nick. I'm backing you up here. I also read the plot on Wikipedia.
So in the new Top Gun, is the original girl in it or not?
Meg Ryan?
I think so.
No.
Oh, yeah, she didn't age well like Tom Cruise. I mean, it's all over Twitter. I mean,
I know, it's
Tom
all over
Cruise
the
just
place.
ages different.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, he's probably
it's
got
that
plastic surgery,
Scientology
too.
stuff.
She's
We'll
the-
get into that another
She's
time.
just a short, chubby old lady now. I mean,
I think she's taller than Tom Cruise.
It's like
Is she?
Tom Cruise is short.
Tom Cruise is like 5'6", 5'7".
oh, it looks taller.
He definitely
Yeah,
wears
'cause he wears
platform
platform shoes.
Because he's pretty close to my
No, it's like in his contract he wears platform shoes, and then like a lot of sets they have to make smaller door frames to make him look taller.
Really?
At least take it with a grain of salt. I
Did
saw
you
it
read
on-
this on Wikipedia too?
He also runs very funny.
No, he does run funny, but I think it's because he runs like Kyler Murray. It's just a short guy runs.
I think it's also the platform shoes. I think he has to have more.
he has to high step a little bit
exaggerated
more.
steps.
best Tom Cruise movie.
You know what? I'm gonna. Does Tropic Thunder count?
I don't think he was in.
He wasn't. Yeah, he was in Tropic
Who was
Thunder.
he in Tropic Thunder?
He's the agent, the bald guy with the rings.
Yeah.
That's Tom Cruise. No, but honestly, I'm gonna go with the Mission Impossible. Right? That's Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol.
I'm gonna go Edge of Tomorrow. It's really good.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think we're just gonna go the Mission Impossible franchise.
Yeah, I haven't really watched any Tom Cruise movies. The only one I think I've actually watched is War of the Worlds. So
It's pretty good. It's on Netflix. Huh?
He's in War of the Worlds?
I think he's the main character.
Yeah, dude, he's like the main guy.
I thought that was Daniel Craig. Wait, no, Daniel Craig's in Cowboys versus Aliens.
Yeah.
That's okay. Wow.
That movie's old.
Cowboys versus Aliens.
Yeah, that was
Like
when we were like,
2015.
Nah,
but
that
like
was
when
old.
we were,
That was early.
yeah, dude, it was like when we were
It was
like
around
8th
high
grade.
school. Yeah, you're close enough.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to kind of spin off of Nick's movie thing here for my hotspot. I'm kind of just getting sick of remakes of everything.
Yes.
Anyone else kind of getting old? Like it's just kind of like have directors and like movie writers just run out of new ideas?
Basically.
Because it's just, let's remake this. Let's reboot this franchise. Although I will say the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers movie on Disney Plus, very good.
Oh, the what's it called? The old design for Sonic is in it, isn't it?
I know, Ugly Sonic. Yeah, it's Sonic,
they
the old Sonic.
rebranded his ass.
Yeah, that's how they got to put him in because they called him Ugly Sonic the entire movie. And they changed it a little bit, but they kept the human teeth.
Yeah.
But no, I recommend it. If you have Disney Plus, the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. I got John Mulaney in it, Nick, so you'd like it.
I like him as a stand-up comedian.
He's pretty good in the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. I'm
All right.
gonna just drop Chip and Dale in there as much as I can during this hotspot. But it was pretty solid. It was a decent reboot. But for a lot of times, I'm just kind of like, man, we are just going back to the same thing over and over again.
People get too comfortable with stuff. Like they're afraid to like try something new because people like normally just shit on it. Like Dunkirk, I thought Dunkirk was an amazing movie and very original. But people were like, oh no, it's boring. It's like because every movie can't be Saving Private Ryan. Where in the first 10 seconds of the movie, 85 people are dead.
I
on
haven't
the
seen
beach.
Dunkirk, but I do want to see it. What's the oh man, it was the World War I movie that came out a couple years ago.
1912?
Was it 1912? Was that the name of it? I really want to see that one.
Was it?
Because that was the one that was all shot. It
1918.
was all shot
Yeah,
in one.
1918.
There it is. It was all shot in like one camera angle. I
It was pretty good. That seemed.
I
really
want to see.
cool.
Like
it gave me aspect to Saving Private Ryan.
I mean, that's a great movie.
It's
Saving
good,
Private
yeah.
Ryan put war movies on the map, man. Let's be honest.
Well, like, there's certain movies, like, anything that's real, of course, is going to be fine doing its own movie. Or any movie like the Bourne movies, where it's like, this is like a 9-hour story that can't be told in 3 hours, you're fine. But the Fast and the Furious movies,
Dude,
they're
it's
just
getting
making
out
more
of it's getting
movies.
out of hand here.
just to make money.
It should have stopped after Paul Walker died.
Yeah.
That-
I mean, it should have stopped before that, but...
Yeah.
It's run its course, but yet they still go. So I guess
But
it's
like
just
this-
it's time. It's come on. Where's the creativity in the movie world right now?
It's either reboots or ambulance. Which, what the fuck is that? It's about them stealing something.
Is that the Jake Gyllenhaal movie?
Yeah, dude.
Was it any good?
No, I just saw the preview and it.
I actually
That
kind of
did
wanted
not
to
look
see
good.
it. I see.
Brandon saw it. He said it was good.
I do have my guilty pleasure movies are like heist movies and like robbery movies.
21 Bridges is on Netflix.
Ooh, I do want to watch 21 Bridges.
That's in my list.
What is it with Gerard Butler? Den of Thieves.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I recommend it. All of the Ocean's movies are good. Things like that. But then there's Red Notice, which is basically an Ocean's movie in my opinion. But that was also pretty good. Ryan Reynolds was in it though, so he's pretty good. So is The Rock. He just makes money, man.
That's
so.
XFL.
Have they come out with that third Jumanji movie?
No.
Third is in like the third new one?
The third Rock one.
Okay. I have no idea. I was going to say,
I've been
I know
waiting for
two.
that one because I liked the first two.
Are they supposed to make a new one?
The end of the second one definitely like implied a third one's coming because the game spoilers, people. So at the end of the second one, like the game Jumanji leaves the game and comes into the real world. So it's no longer like they enter the video game; the video game's entering the real world. So I'm like excited for it.
See, that makes
like
that's
the
not
first
like to me. That's a remake that
yeah,
makes
like
sense.
a spin-off.
Yeah.
Like they're kind of playing in on the Robin Williams one a little bit.
Yeah. But like I like remakes like that. Where it's like old Jumanji was for like maybe our generation, but our parents' generation, where it's like they played board games a lot.
I remember
But now-
freaking out from the spiders in the
But
first
we're a
Jumanji.
video game generation,
Crawling
so
on
now
his
we're
face.
remaking Jumanji, but
Yeah.
with video games makes sense. But remaking Jumanji 3 times now, it's like come on.
Sometimes they do a good job, sometimes they don't. I'm just kind of getting sick of it.
Yeah.
I
Be
want
original Hollywood.
Be original Hollywood. That Nick put it best right there.
Sorry.
All right, you two. Which one of you is giving your hot spot next?
We'll let Beef take this one.
All right, mine is Netflix.
Man, we're just going all over the movie and film industry right now.
Don't worry.
You wouldn't know this is a sports podcast based on the start of the episode.
Netflix officially losing subscribers for the first time.
Yeah, they lost like 200,000 in their last quarter, right?
They're just dropping like flies because they want to charge people now for add-ons, like people.
Yeah,
like,
sharing.
Basically, yeah, sharing.
Password sharing.
Yeah, so they want to do a $2 charge for every person that you put extra, or every profile you make. I think it's just gonna hurt them in the long run.
Oh no, they're gonna.
And they're honestly like not even the
Netflix
top
kinda
tier
sucks
anymore.
now.
Yeah, dude, it does.
Yeah, they have no.
Like
I mean,
honestly,
yeah.
the only reason I'm keeping Netflix is for the last season of why am I blanking on it?
Oh,
Peaky Blinders,
The
Oh, I thought you were
Peaky
gonna
which
say
Blinders.
Stranger
is
Things.
by the way 3 days away from it coming to Netflix.
No
So
way. No way.
I
did not know
cannot
this.
wait for that.
They just put a bunch of movies on there though, so now I had to watch. For, like,
Yeah,
a month.
June is historically June is like a really good month for
Which doesn't
them.
make any sense because that's when I watch at least my movies. 'cause I'm
Yeah,
outside
right.
a lot.
They're like everyone's gonna like enjoy the nice weather and everything and go outside and like and boom, all of our good stuff now. But ever since now that Disney Plus is out and they lost out on their Marvel movies, that was one of the few things they had going for them. But like I said, I'm keeping it for Peaky Blinders. I really do like it. And then once Stranger Things is finished as well, then I'm kind of like, I got no reason to keep up with
That's
this.
true. I'm paying like $20.
Yeah, I'm paying $17.99 for what? For
Exactly.
what? So I
Oh,
can,
it went up.
17.
Yeah, dude, it's up. Like they
I mean,
raised
I'm
my-
over here talking about Netflix. I don't even know they went up in price.
oh, beef, man. Check your bank statements, dude.
No,
Yeah.
I have T-Mobile, so it comes with the plan.
Oh.
So I'm
man.
okay.
Beef's over here starting
Oh,
shit.
what are you
Net-
complaining about?
I
then?
mean, I'm still complaining because
You're complaining on our
they're-
behalf. I
they're
appreciate it.
they're gonna change a lot because of how their streaming apps work, where they're doing like episodes once a week, so people have to come back.
I thought they
instead of
should have been
binge
doing
watching
that
it.
at the beginning.
They should have, but they're not. They're gonna have to because there's so much competition now.
Yeah, because there was a run back when House of Cards was in its prime.
Oh, dude.
Like,
and like 4K just became the
A bunch
thing.
of like when Netflix was like starting to really like make a name for its like its own shows that it was producing.
Ozark.
Is that that's a Netflix
Yeah.
one? Yeah, it
Yeah,
is. That's
yeah.
right. But like when they were doing that, they should have been releasing one episode a week. Because I'll tell you what, I binged the hell out of House of Cards
Oh my
seasons every
gosh.
time.
Did you finish it?
I got up to when Kevin James became.
Yeah, once he got canceled, I was like,
Kevin Spacey. You mean?
yeah.
Yeah, because
I couldn't-
Kevin James becomes the new guy,
Oh, I haven't watched that.
and I haven't seen that.
I
Well, that's what they
once
said. I don't even
once
know.
Kevin Spacey was gone, I just I get it. All right,
Makes
I get,
sense. No, he
I
needed
get
that.
I get why Kevin Spacey's gone, but it's just it was one of that show was like he was the reason that show was
like,
good.
It all hinged
Like
on him.
yeah,
Like,
and whoever was going to come in was not going to fill in that fill that gap at all. But House of Cards was really good,
and he played like an amazing like sociopath.
Yeah,
like,
I haven't seen Ozarks. Everyone keeps telling me I gotta watch it.
You got it.
I'm 5 episodes in because I started right before I got really busy at work, and then I'm like, I can't watch this. So now I'm going back to it. But now it's summer, so now I don't watch TV anymore.
Fair enough. Yeah, I gotta start watching that. Mel finished it. She said it's really good.
Yeah,
Everyone tells me to watch
How
it.
many seasons and episodes is it?
4 seasons. I think I'm
It's like
gonna
14
say
episodes, 13.
12. Usually for Netflix it's around 12 episodes.
like the build up. The first season's slow. It's like Breaking Bad. Like it gets slow, and then once you get like second season, it just shit gets crazy.
Yeah, talk about remakes. Breaking Bad. They're like, here, let's do Better Call Saul, and now there's like a prequel.
Better Call Saul is pretty decent though.
Oh, El Camino.
Yeah, because
I did not like El Camino.
Yeah, I liked it a little bit.
It's
like
just
people-
I couldn't get past the fact that this movie came out like 7 years after the show ended, and they tried to pick it up like minutes after the final scene of the series finale.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, these guys, none of them look the same. They all look, they're all very noticeably older, and almost all of them put on weight. And I'm like, I just like, I thought it would have been better if they pitched it as like, oh, here we are,
Here, just like 4 years later.
X amount of years later, right?
Yeah.
Instead of the way they did it. But whatever, they did it the way they did it. It wasn't horrible. I just didn't like it as much. So,
Fair point.
Bobby, your hotspot?
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna hone us back.
Yeah, let's get back on topic of sports here.
I'm gonna say Cleveland Browns, man. Their deal with Deshaun Watson is looking like a terrible deal. They gave him guaranteed money, and more stuff's coming out against him, and it's looking like he's not gonna play. And you're gonna have to pay him that guaranteed money. So,
Actually, I saw something. So let me talk into the mic here. Sorry. So because a 24th person came out, and this was not, or the Browns legal team was not informed of a potential 24th person, they might be able to void the contract.
Oh,
because part of what hinged on it was that there was no
Everything was already out.
Everything was
Supposed to
already out. So like it was all based on like, all right, we have all of the information that we need to have. There's no new stories, nothing new that you're keeping from us that could like jeopardize this. So that was what the deal was predicated on. But now that a 24th person spoke out that the Browns organization was not made aware of, they might be able to void the contract.
So at least they won't have to pay him.
Yeah, but they still gave up everything else. And Baker
Yeah.
Mayfield's not going to play for him.
Yep,
Yeah.
So you're gonna be riding out with
If I-
Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, like Baker Mayfield. If I was
Is it
Baker
Thursday?
Mayfield, I would laugh.
That's who they brought in. Yeah.
I think they're just
Yeah.
stupid
I
in
remember
general.
when they were the team that just had so much talent and just didn't know how to use it.
And then they crossed. This is going to be known as the Baker Mayfield curse.
Yeah.
You cross Baker Mayfield, he finds a way to get you. Even when he's not playing, he finds a way to snake bite you, man. They did him dirty. Like honestly, Baker Mayfield, he was injured last year.
I was waiting for it.
He was
man.
injured last year. Did not deserve any of the disrespect, in my opinion. I get it. He's kind of a bigger mouth, bigger personality. Naturally, people who are just miserable like to shit on those guys. That's just kind of how they are. They root against those kinds of players, which, whatever, you do you. But Baker Mayfield's been an underdog his whole career. I thought he kind of earned the right to kind of have some attitude. Just my opinion, right? And he was injured last year, so let's give him a break. But whatever. If I were him and they were like, and they tried to like pitch him like playing a game, I would flip the bird and be like, you know what? No.
Yeah.
Tell you what. How about you? How about Stefanski? How about you lace up? You pad up and go throw the ball around since, I'm so bad at being quarterback.
Yeah, and not run the ball with Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell is he
And
How about
Kareem Hunt.
let's force me to throw with my torn labrum
Exactly.
and my damn near broken ankle going
When-
around on that. Let's do that. And then shut me down after the entire city of Cleveland has decided Baker sucks ass. Then we're going to be like, all right, Baker, we'll shut you down.
Wait, so they brought in Deshaun Watson, right?
Yeah.
That was who their QB1 was going to be.
Yeah.
And they just thought Baker Mayfield was going to be okay with that.
Well,
They were just going to keep him and not.
it's
trade
better,
him?
dude. So they before they got Deshaun Watson, they said they wanted an adult at quarterback. So they took a dig at Baker's like
and
attitude.
got more of a child.
Yeah, and then And the adult they wanted is a potential serial predator. So, there you go, Cleveland.
24 women. It's not like it's 4. Like,
Yeah.
even if it was 4, that'd still be too many, but it's 24.
Yeah, 24. Like, he's legit. If all of this does not go his way, he's a serial predator, like, to an extreme degree. But so, Baker's too much of a child. They want an adult at quarterback. They're pursuing Deshaun Watson. Then the trade falls through. They're not going to get Deshaun Watson. It's like, well, we want Baker to stay our quarterback now. And Baker's like, nah, F you guys. Like, that's not going to happen. And then they traded for Deshaun Watson anyways. And now a 24th person has come out and said, yeah, he also sexually assaulted me while I was giving him a massage. And the Browns is Juju said it, man. The Browns is the Browns, man. The Browns is the Browns. And
they are who they thought they were.
They got to be on top of the world for an entire season.
Not only did they do that, they gave him the most guaranteed money that anyone has made in history.
But this 24th person might at least void that. But they still lose the draft picks and everything.
But that would be like offering, Joshua Cribbs, like a full guaranteed contract. When there's a chance he might not even play a single down because he's had problems. And, like, he hasn't played in, 3 years now, Deshaun Watson? No, he played 2020. He played 2020. So he didn't play 2021.
Or 1 year, actually. I don't know.
So
it feels like it's been forever.
Yeah.
All I know is 24 women are accusing him of sexual assault. So that's all I got for you.
No other teams.
And the Browns traded for him, and that knowing that.
And no other teams even want a quarterback. You can't even get rid of Baker Mayfield right now if you wanted to.
Too funny. Browns is the Browns, man. The Browns is the Browns is the Browns. But
can you fire just everyone in your organization, even the owners? Can Cleveland just rise up and buy the team? I think they can scrounge enough money together.
I think we could buy the Browns.
If all of America just...
No, come on, think about it. The Browns have got to be like one of the lowest value teams. The Broncos just sold for $4.2 billion, though, so I don't know anymore.
To the owner of Walmart.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got a lot of money.
4.2, the highest or most expensive purchase of an American sports team in the U.S. history.
So the owner of Walmart bought the Broncos.
Yep.
Now he has Russell Wilson.
Please tell me he's going to gear them up.
No, he bought them. He owns them.
No, I get that, but please tell me he's going to be the one to gear them up.
Oh,
like,
gear
don't
them
worry,
up?
bro. We got pads for you, helmets, everything.
Right, just give them Walmart.
Yeah.
Give them that great value.
Exactly.
Here's your great value helmet.
Don't worry, I got some and one Nikes for you and everything.
Let me get those Shaqs for you.
Yeah.
No. So, well, let's move on with the show here, Bobby. Thanks for reeling us back into sports talk here.
Yeah, we got you.
You wouldn't have known based on the first 7-8 minutes that we were a sports podcast. So let's talk about some MLB firings. Really, just two big ones. We got Joe Madden, who was fired today by the Los Angeles Angels in the midst of a 12-game skid. Remember, they were 24-12, and now they have a losing record. 24-12 was a rough estimate of their record, but now they have a losing record, 12-game losing streak, looking worse than the White Sox in their horrible performances lately. And then earlier, I guess this was Friday, so last week, Joe Girardi was fired from the Phillies.
Then they won the next 2 games.
Works.
Well,
Boom.
the Phillies
Instant
have been
results.
underperforming this whole season.
Yeah.
They should.
I feel like the Phillies have been underperforming for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Since getting Bryce Harper, you figure that was supposed to be the move that put you over the top. And then you even got
Castellanos.
Yeah, and what's his face? Zach Wheeler.
Yeah.
Okay. Just not good. Also, did you see Castellanos with another hit another home run during a somber or serious tribute by the casters of a game?
They were doing the Memorial Day thing. They were talking about all the families that were there that had people, and then all of a sudden
Castellanos with a deep drive to left field, and this is a tie ball game. Gotta love it. He's got a knack for that.
They just went back. He hit a home run in a minor league game when they made the announcement that Osama bin Laden was killed. At the exact
he can't
time.
keep getting away with this. Every time it's a serious thing they're talking about, he just cranks one. But no, the Phillies are really underperforming. The Joe Madden one shocked and didn't shock me.
It shocked me that it didn't happen in the offseason.
Yeah, they brought him back, and then I think this 12-game skid was they were okay, so the real Joe Madden is not very good. They were fooled for the first quarter of the season because they were looking good.
Yeah.
But Joe Madden, as a lot of Cubs fans, Bobby, I know you're a diehard Cubs fan, been a Cubs fan your whole life, as a lot of people would say.
I wish nothing but success for him. But, I mean, 12-game losing streak.
He's a trash
well,
manager.
as a lot of people would say, is the Cubs won the World Series in spite of Joe Madden that year.
Yes,
I will say that. I mean, dude, he almost shit the bed.
He's been a trash manager since he left Tampa Bay. I'll say it.
He left Tampa for the Cubs.
Yeah.
But you have to give him credit where credit's due. He won us a World Series in 2016. So I will always respect him for it. But
I don't know if you have to say that. If the Sox would have won the World Series last year, it would not be because of Tony La Russa.
We're seeing very clearly that what they did last year was in spite of that decrepit old.
I could have managed the White Sox to a first place win
and
then a first round.
Bobby knows I'm a pretty good manager on MLB.
That's true, dude.
You don't have to show up to manage. You just put that team out there. They were going to win the division.
I know, man, but I was helping Bobby in some crunch time situations.
True.
But
pull out a dub on the show.
Pulled out a dub on the show. No, I'm hoping that this inspires the White Sox to really consider firing La Russa because he's a bum.
That's
old piece.
He's trash.
I guarantee
he's so bad.
Chicago teams will not fire a manager midseason.
Well, especially not Jerry Reinsdorf.
Yeah.
He's got a hard on for
bring back
Tony
Renteria.
I would honestly, at this point, at least Renteria would keep the same lineup for more than one day.
He had one bad managing of a playoff pitching thing, and everyone's like, he's the worst manager ever.
I do agree that cost him his job. Because, to be fair, it was a historically bad managing job.
But it's still his first managing of a playoff. Like, everyone always gives,
but everyone does that.
Slack to all the players who, this is their first playoff. We'll talk about it in the NBA when we get to it. But
especially with baseball, every manager does it. They overmanage the bullpen in playoff because they panic. Because you need to win, and then you end up shitting the bed because you're pulling someone who's doing good way too early to put someone in.
Yeah.
Who's going to get
Kyle Hendricks in Game 7.
Yeah.
He's pitching a gem, and they're like, take him out.
Exactly. He literally almost lost his game. But I will say, for the regular season, he did a great job. He did okay managing it. Just postseason, you get way too jumpy with your moves.
Yeah.
And honestly, I would take Joe Madden over David Ross. 100%.
David Ross isn't qualified yet. Doesn't have experience.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's your guy, Bobby.
He's not my guy.
All of Chicago raved that they were going to get him instead of Joe Madden when they got him.
But
then I knew he was going to be trash.
Exactly. Isn't that shit?
Old players are usually always trash, except for Aaron Boone and Ozzie Guillen was pretty solid. But again, Ozzie Guillen wasn't that great of a player.
That's true.
So,
would you be all for them bringing back Ozzie Guillen?
So, manage the White Sox? Yeah, I think so. I think he was a good manager. I also think the game was different then.
If Ozzie Guillen came back, I would be ecstatic. I love Ozzie Guillen. Never thought he should have gone.
I still think they would have trouble winning this year because it looks like their training staff can't freaking put bandages on their players.
Eloy
should have been traded.
Got hurt running to first.
Yeah,
and comes back and gets hurt running to first again. So
the curse.
Yeah,
I think Eloy just isn't that smart of an athlete. He doesn't know his body. You know what I'm talking about? High school, when there's a 6'4" kid that's just out there on the basketball court, and he can't play basketball when he's out there. That's Eloy. He just hits the ball hard, and that's why he plays base. You should know how to run to first base. Don't
get me started on that.
Especially when you're hurt. Hit a ground ball in the infield, do not beat it out.
Exactly.
No one cares. No one cares. Now, if it's Game 7 of the World Series, you bet your ass you better be hustling down the line.
Exactly.
But no one cares right now.
Dude, routine ground ball, and you just made what a bonehead. Very frustrating. Also, I'm trying to pull up the White Sox game on my laptop right now. That's why I'm just staring at it.
Yeah, and they're probably losing by 30.
Hulu's making me enable location services. I have them enabled, and it's still not letting me watch the game.
That's okay. They're probably losing.
Yeah, playing Dodgers.
They are. I can't find it.
I'll look at it.
You guys keep talking.
It's
actually 0-0 in the top of the fourth inning with 2 outs. So.
Oh, nice.
Well, bam.
All right, beef Yankees or White Sox?
Yankees.
Yankees. Wow. Andrew hates the fucking Yankees.
Go fuck yourself.
I mean, we
why the Yankees? What are you? What are you, a scumbag?
No.
You beat your wife?
Now, Beef
Oh my god.
Beef has Yankees gear for a while now.
So. I know. Beef and I have gone back and forth. I've always hated the Yankees. Beef knows it.
You can hate them all you want, but in the end of the day, they're the winningest team.
Oh wow, that's just like when Montreal Canadiens fans talk about their like 27 or however many Stanley Cups they've won, and they haven't
Remember,
won one since
I
like 92.
didn't bring up the Yankees. He did.
I did, but
Yeah, no, Bobby brought this up. You dinkhole.
well, we got.
But, I mean, they got the best record this year.
I know they have the best record this year. I'm aware. All right, I don't like the fact that they're
But
good.
regardless if they have the best record, I still think they're going to do the same thing they do in the playoffs every year.
Lose.
Choke. Every year. Now, how long is this going on? 3-4 years now?
Yep.
They get there and, they look great and then just give it up.
It's because they don't have any lefty hitters except Joey Gallo, and he strikes out a lot.
Whoa. Rizzo
is having a good season this year. He did not have a great end of the season last year.
did not the best end of the season, but
And
Rizzo is a stud. All right.
Okay, I wouldn't say he's a stud. I'd say he's good.
I would
He's
say,
okay.
I would have taken if the Cubs kept Rizzo over Bryant or Bias.
Well, yeah, I think everyone. He's the cheapest.
Well, that and he was the heart and soul.
Oh, yeah, that too. There's a lot of reasons why you wouldn't get rid of Rizzo and get rid of literally everyone else on the team. Rizzo and Contreras are the only ones that needed to stay, and even Contreras was below Rizzo, in my opinion. It's just you want a good catcher to catch your young guys.
That's true.
But
Yankees, I'm calling it. This is their year.
No, it's not.
This is the Yankees' year, man.
Yeah, I'm
Yankees,
sorry. I
dude.
like the Yankees, but I still don't think they're going to go all the way.
No,
I mean, they get
Thanks,
lucky though. It's weird because they get lucky because they have the hardest division, but the other two divisions, especially this year, are probably the weakest in baseball.
yeah.
Like the West should be good, but they just don't perform. Like the Mariners should be better than they are. The Angels were doing well.
Dude, I
The
don't.
Rangers are so good because they should have the best middle infield,
Exactly.
and they have a bunch of young guys. And then the Astros are just the Astros. But like if the Yankees can just make it out of the East and then have one of their teams lose to the West or Central teams, they should win the AL
That's true.
easily.
How great was that brawl?
Which bro?
The Mariners and Astros brawl.
Oh, I thought it was so stupid. Like it doesn't make any sense.
That was amazing.
The
to watch.
Astros were mad about the Astros guy getting hit on Sunday, which was not the Mariners that were playing.
Yeah.
And then they threw at one of the Mariners. They threw at Ty France behind his back because the one guy pitched like a two-seamer in that like barely clipped his inside jersey.
And apparently Ty France is like most hit by pitch this
Yeah.
year, and he was last year too. He had like 27 or something. He was like one.
He's a big target.
Yeah,
He's big out there. He's a BB boy. But then Julio Rodriguez hit a home run,
That was.
and then they threw it behind Eugenio Suarez's head. It's just like
dude, the Astros.
he got suspended for 4 games. the
Oh, he
pitcher.
did. Good. I hate the Astros, man.
I don't like him.
I don't trust anyone who likes them.
I like Dusty Baker though.
He's
He's-
good. Man.
I
a
like-
good
I
man.
like him.
But and since all of the sign stealing comes out, no one's gonna like the Astros.
Yeah, but see, that's my thing is like people hate the Astros, but literally at the same time, the Yankees were stealing signs and the Boston Red Sox were stealing signs, but no one cares because they didn't win the World Series
Exactly.
that
They
year.
didn't win the World Series.
And then-
you know-
The Cardinals were stealing everyone's scouting reports from all the other teams, and then they got a bunch of young guys that are now studs, and everyone's like, "Yeah, we don't care." It's like that's ruining the game more. I mean, stealing signs ruins the game, but
Yeah.
also stealing scouting reports for young guys is way more ruining the game than stealing signs.
That is definitely more.
So, I mean, I'm not really big on baseball, but how does stealing signs work?
Well, okay, so there's several ways of stealing signs. There's the way that like everyone does it, which no one has an issue with, which is when like players on second, he like watches the signs and relays them tries to give like a signal to the batter. Everyone's cool with that. The way that the cheating way of stealing signs is when you like set up a camera that like what the Astros did is they had a camera in the outfield that was zoomed in on the catcher so they could see the signs, and then in real time they would translate it. They would like translate that sign and like signal it to the batter. What they were doing is they were hitting a trash can. So if you heard them hit the trash can, it meant it was a fastball. If you didn't hear the trash can, it was a breaking ball. Which is a huge advantage in itself right there. Like knowing if you're getting off speed or not is a big deal.
like just in the show, if you ever played the show, if you're sitting on fastball, it's game over. Man. I could easily win if I knew if they were throwing a fastball or a curveball.
That's not true, Bob. I watch you swing late all the time.
Dude, the guy was pitching 102 mile per hour, all right?
You're gonna be late on 102. You're just going.
You can't.
But yeah, so that's like there's different ways. The cheating way of stealing signs involves somehow getting like a real-time response to your batter, like through like use of camera and technology, basically. Yeah. But if you got a guy who's on second, teams what they do is when someone's on second, the catcher and pitcher will switch their signs that they use. So that like it's harder for the guy on second base to read and interpret the signs.
That happened to Mike Yastrzemski and it was a Reds pitcher or something. John Boy broke it down.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
It was funny.
Yeah, it's a common, like, that's been a thing forever.
Because he kept looking back at Mike Yastrzemski and he's just like, throw the fucking ball.
So.
Well, yeah, because some guys don't even care. Like, they don't know what the signs are, so they don't even say anything, and then the pitcher just freaks out on them. Yeah. Baseball is so weird like that. It's so technical and so...
It really is.
There's like, way too many unwritten rules that don't make sense.
Just stuff is crazy in baseball.
Yeah, I've been learning a lot more about it just because the people I work with are really into baseball.
And you're a huge Yankees fan.
Well, I mean, I like the Yankees. I'm not a huge fan. I mean, I can't tell you probably more than 2 of their players. All I know is Aaron Judge, and that's it.
That's good.
You got like the best team in baseball. Just put it that way.
Allegedly, but
this
I
is
don't
some
know,
fair weather stuff right here, man.
Dude,
I don't know. He's not even that into it, and they're first.
He was on the Yankees. All right,
exactly.
It makes sense. Yeah?
Star pitcher, man.
Do you like the Warriors for basketball?
The what?
Are the Warriors your favorite team for basketball?
No.
We were all stars on the
It's
Yankees.
the Bulls.
Okay, good.
Attaboy.
Thank you.
That's right. Rep Chicago. I know you're a Packers fan.
That's the only sports franchise that people being fans from, like, not San Francisco doesn't make any sense to me. Is the Warriors. Like,
bandwagons.
You can't be a fan of the Warriors unless you're from there. You just can't.
And even then, like,
even then, you could be a Kings fan.
It's like being a Rams fan nowadays.
Yeah, but no one wants.
I don't trust a single one of those LA Rams fans that was born
I like
after 2000.
I like him too, but
I mean, the Rams did look good. What's it called? We'll get to it later, but
yeah, we'll dive NFL later.
Yeah,
but Rams are looking good as always. What else is new?
And
all right, Nick.
I like Jared Goff. All right.
Yeah, I know you do.
So I did not even like the Rams last year because I like Jared Goff. All right.
You really like those Cali boys, Bob.
I don't know. Jared Goff's a good quarterback. All right. We're about to see it this year.
You're about to see he's not, actually. That's what you're going to see.
He's not that guy.
Nick, you teased it with some NBA stuff talking about the Warriors. So how about we do a quick little recap here of where the NBA Finals is standing off.
It's 1-1, and it was 2 blowout games.
Yeah, typical, right?
Because Al Horford made like 4 baskets in a row, and then they just took off on him.
Yeah. Much like our Garage Talk Sports Debate Cities TikTok segment we're doing, it's tied going into game 3.
So I don't remember who won game 3 when we debated it, but I have a strong feeling the Celtics are going to win.
Just because I think it was San Francisco.
No, I don't know what it was, but I'm saying in the actual thing, Boston is so crazy with their sports like fans, and I mean, the Celtics played absolutely terrible in both games, but they just managed to win. I think they had like 14 turnovers or something.
They had a big comeback in game 1. I'll give them credit for that one.
Yeah, Al Horford.
And I feel like it's just like they haven't been here before, so I feel like like the Warriors. They've been there.
Warriors, they're calm, they're cool, they're collected.
Yeah, and I feel like they just need to get set, get themselves collected,
Yeah, and you know what? Steph Curry continues to just be that dude. He's that dude, man. He's insane. I mean, cementing his legacy, if it isn't already cemented as one of the best point guards to ever play. I'll stand by that. I'll put him in that conversation.
He's Nick's number.
Point guard?
Yeah. 5. Right?
6.
Nope.
No. He's not in my top 5. He's like 9.
Oh, he barely scraped.
Derrick Rose in his prime is above him. So.
Well, I mean, if you put Derrick Rose in his prime as a whole career, like I just can't do that, so I wouldn't put him. Yeah. But there's so many. Like I said before, I like passing point guards and defensive point guards, and then all around point guards.
And Chris Paul was number 1.
No, I had Magic Johnson number 1. I believe.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That Magic Johnson. I have Oscar Robinson's probably number 2 because he's Mr. Triple Double before Russell Westbrook.
Steve Nash
is up there. Jason Kidd. I like. I think Kyrie is better than Steph Curry, but not like. As his career's been going, Steph Curry's been better, but like Kyrie should be better.
Is Damian Lillard before him?
Then Steph Curry?
No.
It depends what you're saying. Shooting wise, no.
No, I can't put him ahead of him.
If I'm having a pure point guard playing in a bubble where they're not playing again, like on the teams that they're playing on, then yeah, I'd pick Damian Lillard over Steph Curry just because he was a better defender in the past. He's a better playmaker, and he can create a shot without screens. But if I'm taking just a pure shooter, there's no way I can't take Steph Curry. But Allen Iverson, I put ahead of Steph Curry just because you couldn't guard him.
Allen Iverson was
literally unguardable.
Crazy one. No, that's fair.
Isaiah Thomas.
The beautiful thing.
No. Original Isaiah Thomas
from
the Pistons, yeah.
Yeah. See.
But you see, they play in different eras, so it's so hard to compare. I'm talking about the after the hand check era. Steph Curry is the best point guard because it's hard to play defense on him. But back before, like Magic Johnson, Isaiah Thomas, Oscar Robertson scoring points when like literally if you try to do a floater in the lane and the center could just 2-hand shove you to the ground, Steph Curry would not survive in that league. So you can't like knock those guys, but you also can't knock Steph Curry for that. So
that's a challenge. I look at it as like who would win in a game of one-on-one. I think is the best. That's the beauty of basketball is that you can kind of use that scenario to judge things a little bit more, whereas other sports it doesn't really work that way. Like baseball, position players they don't pitch, so what are you going to have them pitch to? They're going to pitch to each other and then hit it off each other.
Dingers.
I mean, you got the home run derby. That's about it. I mean, it's harder to compare for other sports, but you can at least play that hypothetical with basketball. If these two guys played one-on-one, who's winning? I get your point, Nick. I just think Steph Curry is kind of earned the right to be in that conversation.
No, yeah, he definitely.
If anything, he is.
Now, if you say best guard, he's in the top 5 for guards because then you can combine just the shooting and not having to play defense. Because like Ray Allen, pretty good defender, but amazing shooter. But Steph Curry's better than him. Fair enough. But things are changing for me because Steph Curry is starting to play better defense, but also the Boston Celtics guys have not played really good. Like Bobby was saying, they haven't been there before.
Yeah,
Tatum.
They still got the little jitters.
Tatum Brown, you can tell that they're nervous.
Yeah, I mean Tatum's 24 years old too. He's our age, younger.
Yeah, younger than me. Jaylen Brown's my age. He's 26.
That's good. That's fun.
All right. Well, we haven't asked. We all know our predictions on it. Beef, who you got winning the finals?
Oh, I fucking bet $20 with my supervisor for Golden State.
Attaboy!
And how many games?
Yeah.
I didn't bet games, but I just say Golden State. But I think Golden State's gonna win in Game 6.
6?
Same.
Yeah.
I have Celtics in 6.
I got Celtics in 6. Yeah.
I think Golden State's gonna win the next game, and then Celtics are gonna tie it up, and then Golden State's gonna take it after that.
That makes sense.
Fair enough, man. You know what? I can look past the whole Yankees fan thing now. Thanks.
Oh my god. The only thing that bothers me about them is
the Yankees or Golden State?
Golden State.
Okay.
I mean, not Golden State, the Celtics.
Okay.
As the experience, they haven't been there, and then also with the motions, I know they want it, but I don't think they're playing good enough to get it.
Mm-hmm.
The Golden State has the experience. They have veterans on there. They've been there, done that.
Draymond Green got into their heads a little bit in Game 2.
Yeah.
It almost worked against him, though, because he got a technical foul, and he should have gotten a second technical. But the refs actually handled it really well. Because it was like a really stupid, where it should have been a double technical.
Mm-hmm.
But they were like, well, if we do that, then Draymond Green's going to get kicked out of the game. And they were like, no, we're not doing that. So they just let it go. But that's why he's my most important player for the Warriors if they were going to win. Because if he ends up getting kicked out of a game, I think if he gets 2 more technicals, he gets suspended for a game. So that means he gets kicked out of the current game that he's playing and he gets suspended for the next one.
Dang.
And then if that happens, I don't really think anyone else on the Warriors can guard Jason Tatum.
No.
So
how do you guys feel about Jason Tatum texting Kobe's phone?
we talked about this a little bit last week. Weird, man.
Yeah.
Cool, do that. Keep it to yourself.
yeah, text him, but then don't tweet the text.
Yeah. Did he
Personally, I thought
screenshot it and put it on Twitter or something?
Yeah.
Personally, I thought it was weird regardless. Even if he did just keep it between himself and, Kobe's.
Is his phone even active still?
Probably.
It was a green text, and I like to think Kobe had an iPhone. So I'm going to say no. I'm going to say that number's no longer active.
He also wore the same
He wore the-
outfit that
Oh,
He
the
the
band,
forearm
that is.
band, yeah.
no, he wore the same outfit. Kobe, when he played the Celtics in the finals in like 2004,
Oh,
wore
wow.
like green Celtics pants and like a really loose white Celtics shirt. Jason Tatum wore the same thing for his practice before game 2.
Gotcha. I know he wore the purple 24 forearm band as well
Ah.
in the game. No, all in all, just weird. I thought it was a little bizarre.
Yeah, like Tuck's okay. Fine, you want to pay tribute, you know.
Yeah, but don't post it.
Yeah, don't post
no,
it, man.
don't post it.
The
but-
second you did that, you made it less about the gesture. Like it wasn't
Yeah.
about what it meant. It was about like, hey, look at me. I texted Kobe Bryant's no longer active phone number. Don't worry, bro. Got you today. Weird, man.
Yeah.
just kind of weird.
if
He
you
did,
want,
he did win that game, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was good. That was game 7.
that was game 7 against the Heat.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't like it. It's weird.
I thought it was weird, yeah. But Nick, kind of going off what you said, Draymond Green being your most important warrior, I'm gonna throw Andrew Wiggins out there,
Yeah.
just because I don't know crap about basketball, but I know he kind of picked up a lot of slack against
Dallas.
Yeah, against Dallas. So I think huge role player coming off the bench. Like if he's hot, if you get bench players coming off and playing hot like you did against Dallas, it's pretty much game over for Boston.
and I'm gonna go with Jordan Poole here.
God damn it.
You, again, that man has been playing lights out this playoffs. I'm gonna give him credit. And if when Curry's not out there, if he's putting up points, you got no problem.
I just think this game, he's going to have a terrible game 3 because now he's going to think he can make a bunch of shots.
Yeah.
And he's going to miss a lot because he's not that guy yet. He's
I mean,
close.
He's close, but it depends. If he comes out draining threes again, it's gonna be tough for Boston. But again, like I said, if he comes out and have a shitty game and can't make any points while Curry's not out there, Boston should jump all over that opportunity.
True. Beef?
Jordan Poole.
You took it from me. Yeah, you took it from me. Jordan Poole. I mean, that man looked great. He was
That's
shooting
good.
from the half court. I mean, they couldn't defend him.
It's so tough, too, when you have a bench guy because then like you're playing against other bench guys. And if you're as good as the starters, like,
Andrew Wiggins, man.
nah. I think he started the last game.
I think he made a believer out of me after the Dallas series. I'll admit that.
Former first overall pick.
Finally put it together. Some guys just need more time. You know?
And
Some
not
guys-
get drafted by Cleveland.
Not to get drafted by Cleveland, where
Just a poor sports city.
sports futures sports careers go to die. Apparently,
Besides Evan Mobley.
What about Nick Chubb?
Kyrie.
Oh, Nick Chubb. Okay.
Oh, he was my star fantasy runner. I kicked your ass.
Fair enough.
It works out sometimes, but for the most part, Anthony Bennett, you guys probably don't remember him.
No.
He's number one
Cleveland
overall.
is just not the place to be, man. It's really not. It's not that great of a city either.
Yeah, dude. Kind of a shithole. They have the
Whoa!
No offense to Cleveland, man.
They got the Rock and Roll Hall
No,
of Fame.
that was all the offense to Cleveland right
No
there.
offense,
Bob.
man.
What do you mean?
Your
I mean-
city sucks. It's kind of like Joakim Noah when the Bulls played them, and he's like, "I would never vacation to Cleveland." I'm like, "Yeah, well, yeah, I would agree with that, but maybe you don't say that when you're about to go
I'd
there."
go see the Rock and Roll
I-
Hall of Fame, I guess.
Yeah, I would.
Okay, I did see the Rock and Roll Hall. I vacationed there, so
He did?
I saw the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
What else did you see?
Nothing. That's it. Actually, I went to a Guardians game back
Call them what they were.
when they were in the Indians.
There's no
Oh,
shame in
I
they were the
forgot they
Indians
changed
back
their
in the
name.
day, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Did
the
they
Guardians
just change
now.
it this year?
Yeah, this is the first year of the Guardians.
Oh, okay. I thought they were going to be like,
I was like, "Did you just
What's
vacation
Which,
there?"
Guys, hold on to your Chief Wahoo merch. That stuff's going to become priceless one day.
Yeah, like the chief on for the Illini.
They used to have a chief?
Yeah,
Yeah.
from the local tribe, like literally was a practicing member of the tribe. Came perform.
Oh,
during
you know what? I remember
football games and basketball games,
Yeah.
and the chancellor was like, "No, that's offensive," and then everyone was like, "But he literally like wants to do that." So then
People-
all the Illini gear that had the chief on it became very expensive, and then they just realized, hey, we can just make this. We just can't sell it in their stores, and then it got less expensive.
Gotcha. I know people are trying to do that with the Blackhawks, but there's like the Blackhawks have some great relationship with like some Native American organization in Illinois, and they're like, "Yeah, no, Chief Blackhawk was a real person. This is actually a great tribute to him and the tribe and everything." And I'm like, "That's right. shut up all these idiots out here.
It works if that's the reason, but if like people are like, yeah, it's offensive, then okay, then. But it's like when people don't complain, it's just weird.
You know, the demographic that's supposed to be offended isn't offended, so that's
yeah.
How about we stop getting all?
Just leave it
I
alone.
honestly could not imagine like the Blackhawks not being the Blackhawks.
Well, they would probably keep the name, but
I
it's
think
the
they just make
logo.
up-
Everyone, it's the
Yeah,
logo
yeah.
that people are trying to
They
take
would
issue
change the Blackhawks to a Blackhawk helicopter.
with. Or like a Black Hawk.
Caw.
Like the Prairie Hawks.
I can't do a hawk noise. I was gonna try, but it's gonna just sound horrible. So
I'm
I'm
not
not
gonna do it. Come on.
No, I can't.
Come on, give us your best song.
I can't because I can't make a high pitched screech.
You were a Cooper, right? Give us your Cooper Hawk.
I don't know what noise a Cooper Hawk.
Hawk, your winery. And
That's like a crow.
Sounds like a
Yeah.
yeah.
Come on, how about you give us a hawk noise there, Bob?
Man, I'm.
No.
All right,
You
it'll
get,
be
yeah.
like, caw.
Oh wow,
That's
yeah.
even worse.
Dude, we're all laughing at you now. Haha, that was
There was-
such a bad hawk
there was
noise.
no effort
that was
in
embarrassing.
that. I was-
Honestly, if I made a noise like that, I would leave this show.
I was a Broadwing, so.
A what?
He was a
That-
Broadwing hawk. Why are we,
That's
let's not talk about junior high days, Bobby. What are we
Yeah,
doing?
Yeah, bringing up all this old stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about.
Yeah, you weren't even there. Wait,
Exactly.
yeah, no, you didn't go to Prairie.
Yeah, you went
no,
to work.
I was a ram.
Yeah, that's a cool mascot. I thought the Hawks were cool though too. What was your middle school mascot?
Vikings.
That's not bad.
Not bad. Yeah.
I don't know why I've always liked the mascot a bulldog. I don't know why I always liked
It's
it.
classic, man. It's just a classic mascot.
You just like Georgia, that's why you're saying it.
No,
Oh, no,
It's
I'm
not
not-
intimidating.
I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying it's just like a come on. It's a
There's
classic
like
mascot.
85 mascots that are the Bulldog. It's like not now Astros. Now that's pretty impressive.
I don't know. I'm just saying it's a classic mascot.
Well,
Sue me.
has a t-shirt on.
I wasn't listening to what you said. Just watch Yohan Moncada get a base hit. So.
Nice. It's about time.
Now he's batting.
He's hitting a solid 130 now on the season.
Ooh.
He's
That's
putting it
pretty good.
together. He's put it together. But okay, so we talked about Golden State's most valuable, like the key players for a win for them. I guess it's only fair, there's two teams in the NBA Finals. I guess
What? There is?
yeah, I guess we should probably also talk about key players for Boston. So I'm throwing up Marcus Smart for my guy. I think he's a huge compliment piece to Jason Tatum if he can hit his shots, take some pressure off of Tatum, take some pressure off of Horford. I think that could be like that. That's a key part. If you need two of those three to be on stay in a game, and yeah, I just think he's kind of the guy. He's the guy to watch for them for that series.
No, definitely.
I didn't want to pick Jason Tatum because that's kind of like the obvious choice.
Yeah, Bobby. So obvious.
No disrespect. No disrespect to the picking Jason Tatum. I'm just like I want to try and like go with something different than clearly Jason Tatum is what makes the team run.
Exactly. I mean, it all runs through him.
I'll change mine to Robert Williams because one, he's playing on like a broken foot, and I don't know how that's even possible. But he's such a big guy; he gets so many rebounds. The only problem is when he gets a rebound and then someone falls into his leg that's broken and/or just had surgery to repair, something like that, and then you can see that it hurts still. But if he plays the whole game, he can defend the post very well, and he gets a lot of boards, which lets Al Horford get more rest because he's like 37. He's running around a lot for an older man.
He's an old man. Yeah, he
You
needs
need him fresh so that in the fourth quarter he can make 8 baskets in a row and just score 15
take
points.
over a game for you real quick.
Jaylen Brown. I think he compliments Tatum very much. They both work off of each other's chemistry.
That's a good duo. I like it.
Fair enough. Good pick there, Beef.
Have you seen his chin though?
No, tell us about his chin.
He doesn't have one. It's hiding under his beard.
Like Chuck Norris.
If you see him, I think there's a picture of him like maybe before he got into the NBA and he started growing out his beard. That chin is non-existent.
He's the chinless wonder.
It's just mouth and then neck.
Oh man.
It looks like how Bob Burger's characters are drawn. There you go. Perfect.
That's
my
why he has the beard.
Yeah.
I mean, James Harden might not have a chin.
He's got a weak jawline.
He doesn't have a jawline. He's got no chin.
No.
Where does the chin start and the jawline end?
At his neck.
I'm not talking about him specifically in this case. Oh man.
I think the jaw's the jaw. Chin's the chin.
Yeah, dude.
It's like right about here.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you start the chin like right
Right,
here.
right about the corner of your lips.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's your
like
chin.
if you just like no expression on your face, corner of the mouth is where the chin begins.
Yeah.
That's a good marker. Way to go, Nick. Are you by any chance a biologist?
No.
Accountant. You'd have a career in it with that definition of chin beginning.
Yeah, this is your chin. Okay.
Yeah, I mean you got a career in it, but oh, dude, oh my gosh, my shoulder just popped like crazy on that move. Sorry.
I also heard you stuck to the leather, as you were saying earlier about being.
I don't have much of a sweat going on right now, which is nice. We've got some nice temperature here in Chicago, the Chicagoland area, and we got the fan going, keeping it moving in here. Although I don't feel it this far away, but
I'll take 60s all day.
oh, I love it.
Yeah.
60s are beautiful. 60s with the sun out, so it plays like 70. You're pretty solid there.
Some was a little too hot.
And this has
today.
been the weather report with Garage Talk Sports. But let's talk about some NFL stuff, because like we say every week, it's not our podcast if we don't find a way to talk about some NFL stuff. So the big thing, Aaron Donald just signed that, $40 million raise that he's getting. He's now the highest paid non-quarterback player in NFL history.
And he was talking about walking away if he didn't get this.
Yeah,
He
I
said
mean,
he would have been fine.
and I don't think he used it as like a negotiating tactic. I think he was just kind of like, you know what, if they make me an offer that I can't say no to, I'll sign it. Otherwise, like, I'm cool being done with football.
Yeah.
And they made him an offer that clearly he can't say no to. I
Yeah.
mean, sheesh.
Is he the first player to get a raise to stay on the team?
No, players do it all the time. Do you mean on the Rams?
No, in general.
No, players renegotiate all the time. They threaten with like holdouts and stuff to get a new contract and whatnot.
I think the biggest thing for him is like most of the guys his level would just wait until he's a free agent because then he could get more money by like having teams fight over him. But he was like, I don't want to deal with that. So
Yeah.
pay me before the season or I'm gonna retire.
It was back up the money truck and hand me the blank check. I'll write a number, sign it, and we're good.
And the Rams
And the Rams did it.
do some salary cap gymnastics, and that deal gets them I think like 2 point.
They freed up about
So-
like 2.7 million in cap space somehow.
Yeah.
So
While giving him a $40 million extension.
yeah,
I don't understand salary caps at all.
That makes sense.
there's so many ways around the salary cap. It's kind of interesting to like follow that stuff,
Yeah.
but it all comes down to like you base it all on like signing bonuses and stuff like that because certain things don't count towards the salary cap, certain things do.
Or you can like backload their contracts where it's like you can pay Aaron Donald all in his
Yeah,
third
and
year.
it's probably backloaded a little bit as well. So that's a good point there, Nick.
Yeah.
They I don't know the details of it, but a lot of it's probably backloaded most likely. But not by a ton because he was already making a ton of money.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can't backload it to where like 30 of the 40 million is there because that's just absurd. But yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what else happened? Oh, Ryan Fitzpatrick retired
Yeah,
officially.
dude.
Fitz Ryan. I was like,
Done.
Fitz Ryan. I'm like, this is a new person.
Yeah, Ryan Fitzpatrick, he finally called it quits. And I say
What,
finally. I don't mean it
15
as like,
15
oh, dude,
years?
finally. Something like that. 2005 is when he was a rookie. So 17.
Oh,
16 because he did not play in this year.
Yeah,
16 years.
wow.
It's a shame that it ended with such a bad hip injury to him.
Yeah.
You know, I would have liked to see how he did in Washington because I think he's a better quarterback than Taylor Heineke, but he's certainly better than Carson Wentz. But
That,
I don't know about that one.
what?
Heineke was doing great. He was doing wonders over there.
He was doing the best you could expect from a man with his talent level.
coming from the XFL.
I agree with that. I think Fitz.
I would have liked to see I would have liked to see Fitzpatrick. I think he's like more well-rounded quarterback than Heineke. Heineke has that factor of this dude made his debut in a playoff game and actually looked pretty decent, but really he's outside of like an intense competitor, he doesn't really wow you with anything.
Is he their starter?
No,
this year?
Carson Wentz.
Carson. Oh yeah. I forgot that
He
took
can't
Carson
wait to
Wentz.
take command, as he said in his.
Hey, maybe it's Baker Mayfield. Maybe he'll trade it.
Nah, Baker's gonna sit out this season and laugh at the Browns absolutely falling apart, as he should.
I will say though, Heineke probably lower ceiling, higher floor. Fitzpatrick, you're getting way higher ceiling, probably way lower floor.
I mean, yeah, because the floor for him.
Isn't that what you just said about? I'm sorry.
No, Heineke lower ceiling, higher floor.
Oh, okay. I thought
Fitzpatrick
I'm
higher.
gonna say-
ceiling,
I
lower
thought you
floor.
said higher ceiling, lower floor. And I was like,
I mean, Fitzmagic, he's gonna wow you with some games, and then he's gonna
Some magic.
absolutely just shit the bed with some other games.
I mean, he was probably going
That's
to be on his.
Fitzmagic for you, man.
He's going to be on his best team in a while, being on Washington, just because they have Logan Thomas, Terry McLaurin.
scary Terry, man.
Yeah, scary.
No,
Gibson.
Carson Wentz is gonna suck. I mean, he's just not good.
No, I was talking about Fitzmagic.
Oh yeah, last year.
What? Yeah, what could have been?
Yeah, no, it was disappointing. I was really bummed. I was excited to see what he would do there because I thought it was going to be his first like clear cut. You're the starting quarterback opportunity. It's a shame it didn't work out that well. But you know what? Still, he's got an iconic career, I think, is what you can say.
Yeah.
Because while he didn't really wow you with a lot of things, pretty much ever, like prolonged success.
Yeah.
He was like such a flash in the pan every year. He always had like staple moments. Come on, the face mask as he's throwing the ball up to punish John Gruden for not letting Josh Jacobs go into the end zone and costing me my championship in the fantasy football season that year. Still not forgiving John Gruden for that. Glad he got accused of that racism stuff and his email got leaked. But at the same time, Fitzmagic, man. It's the NFL's not going to be the same without him. That's my point.
I think
And
it
John
was
Gruden
exactly the
sucks.
same.
No, it's not though. Fitzmagic, I mean, whether he started or not, it's just like he was just always like in somehow getting attention because every season he would like end up playing like 4 or 5 games, and for at least half of them he was like really good, and it's like Fitzmagic's back, and that's not going to happen anymore. There's no more Fitzmagic. It's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
Now it's going to be
Who's the next
Carson
guy?
Wentz.
Yeah, Carson Wentz is a bum.
Stud.
No.
Dude, it's gonna be Two-Glove Pickett with the small hands.
Yeah, who can't handle a snap, and
He's not even going to
OTAs.
start for the first 9 weeks.
he's not going to start this season at all. Mitch isn't giving it up.
We'll see what happens to Money Mitch.
Mitch, I'm
Oh.
I'm predicting a good bounce back year for Mitch.
Are you gonna say he's gonna excel with his new team?
Not over my other choice for who
No,
would
because
excel.
his
with
division
the new
is
team.
so
I
good
wanted to
defensively.
say that.
No, but I think this is going to be a good year for Mitch. I'm saying he's going to have like 24, 25 touchdowns and like 10 to 13 picks.
That'd be really
And he's
solid.
going to be over 3,500 yards.
He's going to be sacked 90 times.
I think
too.
that's the best you could hope for.
I think that's a decent season for his first year back to starting.
I'm calling it. That man's getting a pick 6, dude. It's happening.
No, he still has yet to throw one.
I
It's
know,
not
but
happening.
it's
The
gonna
reason it
happen.
doesn't happen is because he tackles the guy if they get past everyone else.
I mean, he's athletic. I'll give it, but there's no way. Like, it's happening.
No,
That streak is done. All right.
no, he's not throwing a pick 6 this year.
We're betting on this.
Well, we'll talk about it.
All right. All right.
We'll talk about it. I'm just kind of ruffling your feathers, but you know what? He's gone this long without throwing a pick 6. I think he can go longer.
I mean, I'll give him credit. He's athletic. Like, that's
He's not throwing a pick 6.
dude. It's
Bounce
pick,
back year for Mitch
pick
Trubisky.
6 is happening. You know what?
Comeback player of the
It
year.
might even happen in that first game. You know what?
We don't know. No chance. For all we know, he doesn't even start game 1, and then it's definitely not going to happen.
No, that's true.
But no, I think it'll be a good bounce back year for him. New team, new coach. I think he's in a better position to succeed than he was in Chicago
with Matt Nagy.
with Matt Nagy, who gave up on him after two texting conversations.
Who's the Bears' new coach?
Matt Eberflus.
Matt Eberflus.
Same first name. I don't know. I've just noticed that.
Yeah, Matt Eberflus, and same first name for the new GM, Ryan Poles.
Yeah. He was the Colts defensive coordinator. So,
I like the hire.
Yeah.
Personally, I liked the move. I liked going defensive minded, but we looked at you saw all the moves and things all the movement for players and stuff in free agency and just trades and whatnot this year. It's kind of interesting to look and kind of share our predictions here, like who we think is going to have a rough first year on their new team. So, Beef, with you being the guest, I'm inviting you to go first. Who's going to struggle on their new team this year?
What I put?
What are you talking about?
I completely forgot.
You got the outline. Oh, Beef,
I'm not looking at the outline.
this is a professional show.
We got it right here.
Why'd you just say it?
Watson. Sean Watson.
Oh yeah, Deshaun Watson.
Because he's probably not going to play.
Thanks.
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna have a terrible year because he's probably not gonna play.
He's going to be in prison.
He's gonna be in courthouse most of the time. I mean,
Maybe we have a new movie about the longest yard, and it's going to be Deshaun Watson.
there you go.
It's going to be the longest yard based on the true story of serial rapist Deshaun Watson. Or Predator, I guess. We're not going to talk about that any further.
That's risky.
He's a bad man. Bad man.
He's a bad man.
I don't think he's gonna play, but I wouldn't be surprised if he does.
And he's still going to have a bad year if he does.
Yeah, he's still gonna have a bad year. I mean, like you said, the Browns are the Browns.
Browns is the Browns.
And
He doesn't have anyone to throw to. He's got David Njoku.
Mari Cooper.
Mari Cooper's there now.
I forgot that we got Mari Cooper.
I'm gonna take it right here, and I'm gonna say Tyreek Hill.
Why? He's a stud.
Yeah, he's a stud, but we got Tua Tagovailoa.
Interesting
New
choice.
line.
How much worse do you think Tua is than Jimmy G?
Bro, I thought you were about to say Pat Mahomes.
No.
Like exponentially.
I'll be like,
you
you
can't even quantify it.
like that's like
How much
Apple.
worse is he than
The
Jimmy
limit
G?
does not exist.
You know what? Here's I think Jimmy G's the next tier up of quarterback from Tua.
Yeah.
So not like a huge jump, but it's like, Tua's here, Jimmy G's like up here.
Yeah.
Right? I think Jimmy G's a little bit more physically talented, at least in terms of like his arm. And I also think Jimmy G, despite what some people would say, I think Jimmy G is actually a smarter quarterback. Or maybe more calm, right?
Yeah.
I think Tua
is hitting the point where
it's make or break time for Tua this year.
like
100% make or break time for him. Jimmy G has kind of had that. He's been in a Super Bowl. He's been in another NFC Championship game with an injured shoulder, so people chill out. Like, Tua was injured, just like Baker. And he's even though people don't like him in San Francisco, I don't think the 49ers achieved half of what they did without him. Because his healthy seasons are when they were at their most successful. When he was injured and they weren't playing, yeah, his backups were putting up decent numbers and stuff, but they weren't winning games. So I put him the next tier over Tua. Like, I have Tua in, like, average. No, like, just below average.
yeah,
And I have Jimmy G at an average quarterback.
yeah, and like the average is like question mark. Like he
Yeah.
might be backup quarterback. You
Yeah.
might have to put him in that tier.
Yeah, like if we put, let's say we put Jimmy G at, like, 17th ranked quarterback, I got Tua at 20.
No.
Well, that's just my thing. Is like, I don't understand how Tyreek Hill is going to struggle because 49ers and Dolphins have very similar.
Well, yeah, they're
offensive
taking
structure.
the offensive coordinator from there anyway. So
Tyreek Hill is going to be what Debo was last year, except I think Tyreek Hill's faster. So I think he'd still be fine.
Yeah, but again, it all hinges on your quarterback and Patrick Mahomes compared to Tua.
yeah,
It's gonna be bad, and they're gonna be running the ball a lot. They got a lot of running backs.
Tyreek Hill's going to become a running back.
He's gonna be,
I mean, they can use him that way.
They could. Debo was successful, but he got paid, so it doesn't matter
Yeah.
whether he plays that good or not.
Yeah, he doesn't care now.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I think Russell Wilson's going to struggle on his new team,
Mhm.
which is weird because I don't know, wide receiver wise, I think he's about the same. Because I feel like Sutton and I can't think of his other name.
Jerry Judy.
Judy,
And-
I think could slightly be better than Metcalf and kind of the wide receiver room
I
there,
think-
Lockett.
It's
But-
very, very close, but you just have to. I think you have to tip the cap. You gotta give Seattle just a little bit of an up.
That's
And
what
for me, with Russell, going off of what you're saying there, Nick, it's going to be a chemistry thing more than anything.
That's what I'm saying. Chemistry wise, running backs are worse. I mean, this running backs in Seattle never stayed healthy, but I think Denver really doesn't have a solidified running game. And then their offensive line, I feel like both had question marks, but like Russell Wilson's like used to what he's doing. He's like, I know how they're gonna protect me or not protect me in the situation. Where it's like he might struggle, and he's going up against a stud division. And I think Denver's like, now that we have Russell, we should be in the playoffs. So there's going to be a lot of added
A
pressure.
lot of
on him.
expectation on it.
Yeah.
That's fair. I think the guy who's going to struggle this year is AJ Brown. he didn't play with a great quarterback, but I think Ryan Tannehill's a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts in terms of throwing the ball. It's just one of those things, and it goes to chemistry as well. It's it takes a little bit to build that chemistry, and then you factor in and this is no dig disrespect to Jalen Hurts. It's just the passing aspect of his game still has to improve. And AJ Brown, I'm sure, is going to be a big factor in helping him become a better passer. But there's going to be errant throws, and there's going to be stuff where, Ryan Tannehill, while not exceptional as a quarterback, is a little bit more refined when it comes to throwing the ball. He's a little more accurate. To be fair, Ryan Tannehill, there were a lot of throws he made last year that were right on the money with AJ Brown. I just think Jalen Hurts hasn't reached the point where he hits all of those throws yet. So we're going to see a dip in production, not because one's necessarily bad, but just, change of play style from one quarterback to another, new offense, chemistry factors in there. There's just going to be some growing pains.
And people can't catch footballs in Philadelphia. So.
Yeah, so there's going to be some struggle. Nothing crazy, but compared to what his career was in what's it called? In Tennessee, it's going to be a drop. It's going to be a drop off in production.
No, that's fair. I think there's going to be a little bit of ground pains.
Now, on the other hand, a wide receiver going to a new team that I expect to just light up the stat sheet is Davante Adams.
You think so?
Yes.
I didn't want to put him in my struggle, but his stats I think are going to go down just because you have Waller the baller, Josh Jacobs is a stud guy, and you got Hunter Renfrow. So where it's I feel like Derek Carr already has his two guys. I know Davante Adams has to be worked in, but it's not going to be.
If anything, I think that opens up Davante Adams even more.
And
because when he was in Green Bay, it was only him.
No, that's what I'm saying. But Aaron Rodgers could still figure out how to throw it, even if he was triple covered.
But also, you got to think.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is he's not going to get triple covered anymore.
But I mean, they're still. But now they're going to spread it out more.
But also, you got to think about this. Derek Carr and Davante Adams have been together since college, and they work out with each other every single offseason. I'm going to say that this chemistry is probably even better than the chemistry he had with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I think he's going to light it up. Now, see, the thing is, I guess it by the definition of excel. I think
you're just exceeding expectations is what excel really means. So
yeah, I get your point I get what you're saying in that aspect. But I think because he's going to an offense that has more weapons on it, more clearly defined weapons at that, is going to help. It's going to open up his game even more. And so while he may not put up as many yards or whatnot, I think we're going to see him be able to take over games more often when he has to as a receiving option. And who knows, Derek Carr, he's got a true number one target now. That's no disrespect to Waller or Renfro's not a number one option, let's be fair. But it's no disrespect to Waller or anything. It's just the difference with Davante Adams there is going to be huge. Elevate the entire offense. And that the impact he's going to have on the entire offense is part of why I think he's going to excel. Because it's going to be felt all across that team.
Yeah. I also want a receiver. I went with Jarvis Landry. Just because I thought Jameis was ready for a breakout year last year. Got hurt, and now with Michael Thomas, I don't know what's going to happen with him. He probably still won't play for most of the season. I'll still probably draft him my second to last round in fantasy, just for when I hope that he gets there. But I think Jameis, even when Jameis was in Tampa Bay, was he there before Mike Evans, or did he throw to Mike Evans?
No, Mike Evans was there.
Okay, because this is going to be another chance for him to have a solid number one. Where it's he's the guy that everyone's expecting, and because Drew Brees had Michael Thomas for when Michael Thomas was good, but then Michael Thomas went into shutdown mode, and now Jameis I think is much better after learning from Drew Brees, and I think Jarvis Landry could be the number one, pending Michael Thomas showing up or not.
Yeah,
you don't know what you get with Michael Thomas.
You really don't.
It just is.
If he shows up, he still has to be the number one. But you don't know if he's going to be there or not.
Yeah, is he going to get benched? He's going to fight a player. Is he going to be a douche? Whatever. I mean, it's just frustrating stuff, man.
I'm still going to put him on
as a previous Michael Thomas fantasy owner. Very difficult ups and downs, the peaks and valleys of your
dude. He was on my team all last year. He gave me 0 points.
I hate that man. Literally screwed my whole team in fantasy.
I try to not let fantasy cloud my judgment of a player.
No.
I was never high. I never high on Michael Thomas's attitude, anyways. Beef. Who's gonna excel?
I think with the new switch and the new team, Matt Ryan's gonna do.
I like that.
great
I like
things
that pick
in
a
the
lot.
He got some good run games.
I was in a deep conversation with an Uber driver in Nashville about Matt Ryan, and because he's a Colts fan in Nashville. I guess
It's not that far.
that's not that far. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, Nashville, like,
Yeah.
Titans.
Yeah, I know. But
Same
he was
division.
he was he was all hyped about Matt Ryan being traded to the Colts, and he was just hyped about it. Talking about the same thing. He's getting a lot. He's going to be in a lot better position to succeed. First off, clear cut running game. They haven't had one since 2013.
They had
Devontae
Devontae Freeman, Tevin Coleman.
Yeah, but that
Duo.
was 1 year.
Yeah.
So I guess 2016 or whatever, 2015. That was that Super
That
Bowl.
was his MVP year?
His MVP year. He's getting Jonathan Taylor. I don't know much about the receiving core in Indianapolis. I know it's not very.
Michael Pittman.
Yeah, that has room to improve
They
for
drafted
sure.
Cincinnati is Alec Pierce.
Yeah, it still has room to improve.
Yeah, it has
but
room to improve, but you got.
they also have a better quarterback who could take advantage of it. Like Carson Wentz is just a bum, and
We just hate Carson Wentz.
yeah,
They almost got him
on
in the
this show,
playoffs.
yeah, almost in spite of the man. Like
losing to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
in spite of Carson, that team did everything. They went as far as Jonathan Taylor's body could take him before Carson Wentz threw interceptions. Like that's what they did.
Yeah, and I will say, you still have to give him number 2 running back. You have to give Derrick Henry number 1 running back.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the Matt Ryan going to Indianapolis, I think, is going to be big. I think it opens up Frank Reich's offense so much more.
Yeah.
It's not going to be as limited as it was. Because Matt Ryan, love him or hate the guy, former MVP, tons of success in the league. I mean, even when the Falcons were terrible, he was not the reason they were bad.
Yep.
So
I mean, he has always had, though, Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley and countless other. And then you got Kyle Pitts. Like, he's always had good receivers.
The thing is, like, he's older and he had a solid year last year without those guys. Cordero Patterson is not.
Stud.
Let's not. Cordero Patterson is a massive drop off from Ridley and Julio Jones.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So
No, those guys didn't play 2 positions. Just saying.
Just saying. They can't return a ball like that.
White Sox are winning right now.
Good, man. That's good for them.
Anyways,
Bobby, who's your guy?
This is maybe not like the most desirable pick, but I'm gonna have to say Hollywood Brown, man. You're going with your college quarterback. You have good chemistry,
I don't know, dude.
and
I don't know.
Yeah.
Cliff Kingsbury sucks.
all right, man. Listen, you can bash Cliff Kingsbury all you
I'm
want.
going to.
It's okay. But
It's okay. You can do it.
I'm going to.
it's okay. I mean, at this point,
The meltdown that team had.
yeah,
He-
it was embarrassing.
He was close to proving me wrong, and then they completely fell
Remember when I
apart.
said
No,
that
he
like
was-
2 weeks in a row, and
No.
you and Bobby both stared at me like I was like the biggest idiot in the world? And then
He was 1 week away from Andrew having to eat all his words on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and,
that's
then
true.
they fell apart.
Yeah, it did. Like, we were this close.
I was right about 2 things last year, Beef. Sox are traded to Eloy, and the Cardinals were not as good as everyone was putting them to be. And both of those things worked out. I was wrong about almost every other thing I said.
Well,
And I was right when I said Cliff Kingsbury's a scrub. Jake
Yeah.
Berger, RBI. 3-0 ball game here, boys.
And you
That's
said,
okay.
you
Liam
said,
Hendricks
you
still
said
can
what
blow it.
at the beginning of the year?
I said if Jake Berger is
You
the
s-
life of your offense, that's not good.
You said he is not a starter.
Yeah,
And
I said that. Yes,
This man should be a starter. He's earned it.
he's earned his chance, but
He's earned his keep.
after
all right?
2 games, no, Jake Berger he was not supposed to be like the face and heart of your offense. Like that was not the plan going into the season.
I was just saying, man. Those 2 games
Wrong.
were impressive.
Yes,
all right?
yeah,
Well,
he-
I was right.
He earned his shot. I'm admitting that he did.
You're wrong.
So, you take back your words. Do you think he should be the starter?
I would like to
No.
see him in the lineup where, like, if they could fit him in more regularly. Yes.
Okay. See, boom. All right.
Am
I
I
like
starting him at third base over Yohan, even though Yohan's struggling? No, they just intentionally walked him, by the way. But no, I'm not starting him over Yohan at third base. Yohan's a really good third baseman, defensively at least. When his bat's doing well, Yohan's a really good player. I would like to find a way for Jake Berger to play more often, though. But yeah, so sorry, I kind of took us off of the NFL topic there, but let's keep the ball rolling here. So guys staying on the same team, players left guys, so now some guys are going to struggle because they lost their main weapons. Cough, cough, Pat Mahomes. So I guess I'll throw that to you, Bobby, because I know Pat Mahomes is your pick for guys.
Yeah, number one, man. You lose Tyreek Hill and Juju Smith-Schuster's your replacement.
And they lost Byron Pringle.
You did Byron Pringle too. It's like who?
Bears.
Yeah, it's not good, man.
Not looking great.
And that the rest of the division significantly improved. So your team,
a massive part of the identity of the Chiefs' offense left with Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, they are just raking off of David Price right now.
Oh, that's good.
You're happy that they're beating David Price? He's like 45.
They're beating the Dodgers 4-0.
15-0.
They just brought him in. It was 2 outs. They brought him in. No runs were scored, and they've put up 4 on him.
Good.
4 straight guys.
Who just swept the Dodgers up?
The Pirates.
The Pirates did, man.
The Pirates and
the Pirates. So maybe it's not saying too much.
Yeah,
it's really not.
But
going back to Patrick
Mahomes. Sorry,
this guy can stop interrupting about a freaking game that no one cares about.
I care about.
We'll kick it off to Beef because Beef had a very interesting pick on this one.
For people who are going to excel on the same team, right?
Struggle
on the same team.
Yes, your boy.
Oh, I said I actually think it's Aaron Rodgers. I feel like Aaron Rodgers is actually going to struggle on Packers. He lost his number one weapon. I mean, he lost Scantling. What's he got left?
Lazard
and
Tunyon.
Cobb. But Cobb
Sammy Watkins.
Yeah, but
yeah, I know.
I don't think he's going to do as good. I feel like he's very demotivated now. Just because he thought that if he stayed, Devontae Adams was going to stay also.
Let the Jeopardy rumors start again, right?
Exactly. That's what he's going to go to. He's going to go host Jeopardy.
But it's probably a good career move.
There's a longevity thing there.
I mean, unless this rookie picks up some slack, I mean, I don't. I mean, the people have high hopes for the Packers this year, but I don't think they're going to be as good as they were.
Minnesota's going to win the division.
Past 2-3 years.
Yeah,
feels good to hear it.
Yeah, it does. That does feel good,
man. Yeah.
I mean, we've had to suffer and struggle forever, so it feels good to hear that come from a Packers fan.
I mean, I think we'll still beat the Bears.
Well, yeah, no, that's a given. Okay,
well, that's all we.
If they're
really
losing to the Bears, then that's a bit. That's not good.
When our big off-season moves were getting rid of Khalil Mack for nothing in exchange,
you need to open up space.
Yeah. Hey, 2023, man. We got a lot of salary.
I heard that last year.
Our punters on the
2022, man.
Packers.
2022 is our year.
Well,
2037 is going to be our year.
Yeah, whenever we leave Soldier Field, that's when
they move into Arlington.
Bears.
And they're the Arlington Bears. I'm in. My season tickets hit.
Yeah. That's when the Bears can get good.
That's all. I need them to be good by the time I get those season tickets.
Yeah,
because then that's a business move for me. That's how I'll make my money back on that. No, my choice. I picked whoever ends up being the quarterback for the 49ers. Just because I think it's going to probably be Trey Lance, just because of how much they really don't want to commit to Jimmy G. And if it is Trey Lance, he's not going to be good. He's a bum. He's going to suck. And so naturally, he's going to struggle. That's more so I just wanted to find a way to work some Trey Lance slander in there. I don't have much more to go off of. But also Jimmy G's, while I think he's better than Tua, I don't think he's great, really. And
they were one dropped interception away from making it to the Super Bowl. And now you're saying that whoever plays... I mean, if it's Trey Lance, he's going to suck.
Yeah, like I said, this choice was pretty much just so I can throw some shade
Trey Lance.
Just so I can find a way to throw some shade at Trey Lance. If it's Jimmy G, I think they'll actually be okay. But
have they signed Debo long term?
No, but he is going to show up for training camp. He will report. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, because if they have Elijah Mitchell, him, George Kittle, obviously, and Jimmy G. That's still a good team.
That's,
I mean, you're still in one of the hardest divisions of football.
Yeah.
But
But if it's Trey Lance,
been
it's
in the
game
Super
over.
Bowl.
So,
It should have been in the Super Bowl.
like I said, I just wanted to find a way to throw some slander in there at Trey Lance. So
I got my boy Josh Allen, who I
Interesting.
absolutely love. But I feel like they're starting to figure out, like, their running game's probably still not going to be solid because last year the running game was Josh Allen. And that can't hold up long term. Like, he's not like a fast guy like Lamar where he's shifty. He usually gets hit almost every time he runs. Dawson Knox still isn't a great tight end, I don't think.
he's okay.
yeah,
He's
not bad.
he's serviceable, but, like, if he can develop and to start developing the career path more of, like,
He's
towards, like, a Todd Heap style guy where, like, he's consistently going to catch balls and get open.
yeah, he's
Because if they start double teaming Stephon Diggs, I'm going to see to a point where Josh Allen's going to start trying to force things because he has the ability,
but
and like he's going to be good to force things, and then he's going to start turning it over, and then he's going to be like, "Wow, I just threw 2 picks. We're already down 14. I'm going to keep forcing things."
yeah.
I just wish they would have given more pieces. Like I feel like they're good. The Bills are still
honestly,
amazing.
I think Gabriel Davis is going to make a huge step this year, and that's going to
Yeah,
That's gonna
I
be the
get
safety
what
net.
you're saying about Dawson Knox, Nick. I mean, he's a good tight end, but he's not the like where the tight end position is kind of evolved to in the NFL offense. He's not exactly that tight end.
Yeah.
But he could become that tight end
Yeah.
for all we know.
What's where it's like
Um,
I think for me it's
But also, Josh Allen just signed a massive contract.
Yeah.
So the pressure of that big contract always comes into play.
That's true.
So
and he hasn't struck. I feel like maybe the NFL might be pushing more towards not having a sophomore slump, but maybe like a third or fourth, like where it's
like
like
50-year slump.
where it's like
your
where
super
it's like
senior slump.
Well, I'm saying like for the past 2 years, he's been like one of the best quarterbacks, and like barring like Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes is doing amazing stuff. He probably should be in the MVP category.
Yeah.
But it's like maybe he's gonna be like maybe I need to force things to get to that point, and I think he might just try to change his game this year, and it might not work out. I think I hope
I'm
that.
buying in on Josh Allen. Man, I think he's gonna have another great year.
Yeah.
I hope he does. I like the Bills. I like Josh.
I
Allen.
think Josh Allen's that dude.
but
And
he seems like a guy who could struggle for me.
that playoff game has me sold on Gabriel Davis. Like, I'm definitely going to try to go after him in fantasy.
No, he had a big one.
Yeah.
But
You should get Michael Thomas.
speaking of guys
Yeah.
who are that dude, I'm throwing my boy Justin Herbert out there as someone who's going to excel this year. I think he's already. I mean, he's excelled his first 2 years already. But you retained Mike Williams. But I look more so what they did on the defensive side of the ball. How much more that's going to help Justin Herbert in that offense. We saw it, and I always bring everything back in perspective to the Bears because that's like what we see the most. But you look at the 2018 Bears when that defense was unbelievable, and how much pressure came off of the offense that we can now say definitively was like a fluke, like not a good offense. But because a good defense backed it up and kept games low, kept the opponent from scoring a ton of points and got turnovers and everything, it made that offense look a lot better. You take the impact of Khalil Mack across from Joey Bosa, the team I keep forgetting this cornerback they signed.
J.C. Jackson.
Derwin James is there. They've got so much talent on the defensive side of the ball, and they didn't mess around on defense. Brandon Staley's going to have a really good unit to put out there, and I think they're going to put the offense for the Chargers in a lot of favorable positions, which is only when you have an already good offense like the Chargers have, you're fine, dude.
Yeah, and they definitely make the playoffs because didn't they lose the game with the Browns where it was like 57-55 or something?
They had some fluky games.
Where it's like Justin Herbert still scores 50 points, but they're losing. I don't think that's going to happen anymore.
No, they are all good to go. Like they're going to just. I think we're going to see the next step for Justin Herbert's career this year. A huge part of that's going to be the defensive side of the ball. Complementary football, baby. Complementary football.
I like it. I got Tua. My boy Tua. It's going to be good.
Interesting.
Just
After I was just kind of slamming to
I know. There's no way he should get.
We all do that a lot.
There's no way he should get worse. They have Tyreek Hill now.
I agree with you.
They have Mike Gesicki is a very sleeper. For
I love
he's
Mike
an
Gesicki
amazing
as a tight end.
They have. I think they still have Devontae Parker, right?
No, he's gone.
No,
he's
on
gone?
the Patriots now, right?
He's in the
Yeah.
Patriots. But
No,
they still have
Waddle, dude. No,
Jalen
they have
Waddle, yeah.
It's like they have guys where
They have speed.
for me it's
and
not
then size and Gesicki.
And then
is Tua going to be good? I don't think he could be any worse than he was last year. Like he has to be better.
yes,
He
yeah.
had, and then like everyone's kind of going to put bad like I think he'll be fine. And like I said last week, I think they have a chance of winning the division.
I'm not going that far.
No, it's a crazy thing to say, but
No,
I think they have a chance.
I'm not in on you. I'm not in with you on that one. But I do
have
think
to hit Brochmo up and get his thoughts on it.
I do. Yeah, we will. But I do think it's
You already
more
know his
likely.
thoughts on it. He said
Honestly,
they're
I
not
think
gonna
it's
do
more
good.
likely to see Tua excel than Tyreek struggle. Because Tyreek Hill's game the last couple years when Kansas City changed their offense was all about getting open across the middle and then getting yards after catch, right? So that Tua can give you that. Like as long as Tua
I don't
doesn't,
know, man.
as long as Tua doesn't have to
He
throw
already
it.
got a video editor fired from his noodle arm. But
He can't throw it 30 yards downfield, but he can throw it 12 and then let Tyreek Hill run
I'm
with the
just
ball
saying,
for
like,
30 yards.
If Tua can get the ball to Tyreek Hill 10, 15 yards downfield across the middle, like he could do that. And Tyreek Hill, then it's yards after catch. Jalen Waddle can do the same thing. It's just this offense it's too much speed.
yeah,
And when you cover both of those guys, guess who's going to be open now? Mike Gesicki, who's a very I think underrated tight end. And he's going to bring. He's got decent speed for a tight end. He's got size and everything. He can beat linebackers. I think the Dolphins' offense is actually going to be pretty solid. Plus, you factor in how they're going to use the run game. I keep forgetting the new head coach's name. It's Dan
Mike McDaniel.
Mike McDaniel. There it is. He's gonna. I think he's gonna bring that Shanahan run game or run scheme that I'm like just enamored with.
Yeah.
And it's gonna take a lot of pressure off of Tua, and then he's got a lot of speed to work with to help create opportunities.
Yeah, I think
So that's I back you up on that, Nick.
I mean,
I don't
if
think they have a shot to win the division though. But Tua is definitely, I think, going to take a step forward.
When Josh Allen struggles and Tua has a good year,
We'll see.
the chance.
We'll see,
Maybe.
Nick. We'll
But-
see about that one, but I'm not in on that.
I think it's more probable that the Jets come out.
The
And-
Jets.
Fair enough.
Zach
Yeah,
Wilson.
I would say other than like besides the Dolphins, I would say the Jets.
I don't agree with that either. Beef, who's your guy to excel?
Jonathan Taylor, especially with Matt Ryan coming in, veteran. He's gonna want to throw the ball more often. It's gonna take some slack off of Jonathan Taylor. He's not gonna get as beat up as he did last year.
He doesn't have to do everything in spite of Carson.
Right, exactly. He's not gonna have to carry Carson Wentz the whole time.
Yeah,
Having that experience behind them it's gonna be great.
it's going to open up a lot.
Yeah.
Less pressure on him, opens up more holes, more running lanes. He's going to continue to just be a stud.
All right, now they gotta worry about the passing game. Not just worried about Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. That's a safe pick.
Yeah.
Bobby, I know you picked a Justin.
You know what? Like I'm gonna just take Derek Carr.
Yeah, Bobby originally chose Justin Fields, guys.
Listen.
Oh my!
He's gonna
God.
make strides this year. All right, I stand by that.
I was gonna
all
pick
right?
him as a joke.
He's gonna make strides
No,
from
he's gonna
being
make strides
trash.
this year.
Of
All right.
course, he should be better than that.
Yeah,
It's
all
going to be a rough year for Bears fans.
It's gonna be an
through no
improvement.
fault of Justin Fields.
No,
Yes,
he's
like-
gonna do fine.
No, of course not. But I mean,
He's just gonna have to
I
score
don't think he's
30
gonna
points a game.
excel.
To win.
He's gonna excel. All right, because he's a dude. All right,
He's dead, dude.
he's
We'll
a
see.
dude. But Derek Carr,
next year he's gonna be old news.
no, he won't. Don't you say that, man. All right, don't.
Derek Carr
I have a field trip. I have a
Reuniting
field
with
trip.
Devontae Adams
Yeah,
is
dude.
going to be huge.
It's huge, man. This is exactly what he needed. I always said it. Raiders needed a number one weapon, and they finally got one. And
Yeah. Elevates the entire
yes, it
offense.
does. And I'm not high on Josh McDaniels, but regardless, I like what they went out and did. And Derek Carr is a good quarterback. He's got a great receiver to throw to. So he's gonna make huge improvements this year.
I like that pick. I like that pick a lot. Well, before we wrap up the episode, Nick, you have a question of the week for us?
Well,
I actually have 5 questions of the week.
before we get into that, real quick, we gotta guess. We gotta get a hot take.
Got to get a hot take from Beef.
Yeah,
Okay, Beef?
we gotta get his hot take
The
first.
sports one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
Netflix is going to
I mean-
lower prices.
that would be a scolding hot one.
All right, so since it's sport, I'm not. The sport I've been more into right now is UFC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
we have no UFC talk on this show until now, so
All
let's
right,
hear
so we'll bring the UFC. Chamaya, very interesting fighter. I mean, I feel like he's in like this limbo because he was ranked so low, and now he came in and he beat Gilbert Burns. They had a gunfight. You know, they went back and forth, and it was war. But he ended up coming out on top.
it. Shut the hell up.
He ended up coming out on top. So basically, threw him above all these guys who didn't want to fight him before because he wasn't ranked.
Mm-hmm.
Sadly, Gilbert Burns had to get knocked down, so I don't know what they're gonna do with him. But now the question is, does he fight for the title? Does he fight Colby? Does he fight Muhammad? I mean, like I said, he's in a limbo. He has a lot of choices, but nobody knows what to do with him.
Okay, so what's your hot take with him?
Fuck it, just throw him for a title fight.
He should be he should be in the title.
Yeah, why
title
not?
fight?
I mean, what else is Usman gonna do?
Kamaru Usman.
Yeah, well, what is he gonna do? He's gonna fight Leon and beat him again. He's gonna
Give
beat
him- so
Colby
give him
the
a
third
shot.
time. Yeah, why not? I mean, he flew up there. He proved himself. I mean, why not?
He earned it.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
If
I don't
you-
know enough
Alright.
UFC. I can't even begin to BS you.
But,
I've watched a couple of fights just like while I'm hanging out with some friends, so
Yeah.
I know who Kamaru Usman is.
you give him a win. You think he can win the title,
Or is the hot
I
take
don't
that
know,
he should be
man.
fighting for a title?
or is that you think he deserves the fight?
He deserves a fight for the title.
All
All
right.
right, so we'll put that as the hot take.
We'll
I
do
don't really, I don't know how hot that is. I'll ask. I got a buddy who's into UFC. I'll ask him.
Yeah.
Other people will be able to tell us.
Yeah, let us know. Is this a hot take or not, guys? Because we don't really know. But so thank you, Beef, for the hot take. Now we're gonna roll into Nick's question of the week here to wrap up the episode. So Nick, you said you got 5. Is this like last week's?
No, it's gonna be completely different from last week. It's gonna be trivia between you. I didn't know Beef was gonna be here, so this is all football questions. I tried to make it fair between you and Bobby because I didn't want to add other sports that Andrew might have a more fair.
Yeah, fair
So
enough.
for
Okay.
next week, if I have 5 questions, I'll try to make it like more random questions, so it's not like a.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so these are gonna be 5 questions. Everything has either a team, like one specific answer, and then also a number of what happened.
Okay.
So you can get a point for getting the question right, but then you can also steal that point from the other person if they can guess the exact, number of whatever
Okay.
in there. So our question 1 is, which college has had the most players drafted all time?
Ooh, I gotta go Alabama.
That is wrong.
Texas.
That is also wrong.
Beef.
Georgia.
No.
USC.
Nope.
Is this like a big school?
Yeah.
Notre Dame.
Notre
Ohio?
Dame.
Notre
That is
Dame.
correct.
That was
Notre
right.
Dame was
Really?
gonna be my first guess, but
Yeah.
then I
What?
decided Texas. Notre Dame. Okay.
All right,
Do you have any guess, B for Bobby, for how many picks
How
have been
many picks?
drafted?
Oh
I'm
gosh.
give me. I don't know if like over 100's too much. I'm gonna go 110.
This is all time. Like
All
every,
time.
Yes.
Oh damn. All right.
If it was just if it was just current players, Alabama has the most current players
Okay.
from Alabama.
All right. Give me. Shit,
I'm gonna say 265.
510.
We'll go 300.
522. Bobby was the closest.
Wow.
But you still get your point. So
Boom.
you
I
got
still
one.
got my point. Bobby gets 1.2.
No, Bobby does not. You have to
Oh.
be exactly right if you want to steal a point from the other
Oh,
person.
okay.
All right. Question number 2
That's insane.
There's no chance you're stealing a point from me. Okay.
is, who had the highest completion percentage last year?
Ooh.
Highest completion percentage.
And this is on
last-
Google, so I'm assuming it took into account like minimum amount. Like it's not going to be some guy who just threw like 4.
I'm gonna go Tom Brady.
I'm only letting you guys get one guess on this. If no
Okay,
one gets it, no one gets a point.
Aaron Rodgers.
Josh Allen.
All of you are wrong. Anyone have a guess on percentage?
I'm gonna say it's like 70%. Oh, was it Joe
It
Burrow?
was Joe Burrow.
What?
Damn it, dude! I gotta start
Dude.
just going. I gotta start trusting my
Yeah,
first
dude.
choice, dude.
What was it?
Percentage? Anyone have a guess?
71.
69.
I need 2 decimal place too, because that's what I put in here.
69.2.
I'm going 80, 81.
69.9. So I'll give
Oh.
Bobby a point for that. 'cause
Oh, so Bobby, we're just making up point score. Okay, no, that's fine. Okay, 1-1.
Dude, come on. I'm getting really close on these numbers, man.
Yeah, I know. I'll give you credit for how close you've been to those.
This is not just last year. This is of all time. Who has scored the most points in a single season in the NFL?
In a single season.
Yeah.
This is all time.
Yeah, all time. But just in
Uh,
one single season. It's not like their entire career who has the most points.
Terrell Owens?
No.
It's got to be a kicker. Adam Vinatieri.
No.
Justin Tucker.
Nope. It's not a kicker.
Is it OJ?
Nope. It's a running back.
LaDainian Thompson.
Bobby got it.
Oh, that's a
That
good
was
one.
my first guess, too. I was going to
Why don't you pick your first? We can't say it's your first guess.
Because I was thinking of Madden, like, when you beat the, like, record.
I thought for sure it had to be a kicker.
Does anyone
I
have,
thought,
anyone have a guess for how many points he scored?
Let me do some quick math
And
here.
it was like 27
Are we
touchdowns, so-
counting his passing touchdowns?
It's total points. So yeah. I'm assuming.
Okay, give me 1 second.
But did he throw a passing touchdown in this season? I have no idea.
How many seasons did he play?
This is just one single season.
Oh, there's one season.
Yeah. This is how many points he scored in one single season.
I'm gonna say
134.
I'm gonna say he's at 163.
I'm gonna go with 180.
186.
Yeah,
Nice,
So,
beef. Close.
Bobby's up 2-1 on Andrew over here.
Yeah, because we decided to just give him a point for the percentage.
Dude,
there.
It's
I was-
69.9. Bobby
You-
said 69 at first. So.
And then I had 5'10", it was 5'27", I was 17 off.
Whatever, man. Whatever. No, that's
All
cool.
right.
That's cool.
I put two people for this.
Just give me points here.
One,
and there.
because I don't think any one of you would know who the top person is in this. So if you get either one of the top two, I'll allow it.
Okay.
Who has thrown the most interceptions in a single season?
Jay Cutler.
No, that's Eli Manning.
Oh, it's going to be...
Jameis Winston.
This person has not played in the last 20 years, at least.
Oh,
Probably way before that, too.
Jim Kelly?
Nope.
Ooh.
I'll let everyone have one more guess. Unless you have, like, multiple guesses.
Fran Tarkenton.
No. I think they played about the same time, Fran Tarkenton. And he's third on the list.
Oh, come on. You couldn't go top 3.
No, because you guys know the second person on the list.
Dante Culpepper.
It's not Brett Favre.
Oh, Brett Favre's a good guess there, honestly.
This guy, I think he has played... He's pretty close to playing the most amount of seasons as a quarterback.
Terry Bradshaw.
That's why he had so many. Well, he had so many in 1 year, but
Oh, not Terry Bradshaw?
no, not Terry Bradshaw.
Oh, damn.
All right.
Just a
You
single
guys can just
idea.
take a guess on the amount of interceptions. It was George Blanda is the top. Vinny Testaverde is the second most.
let's go. I'm gonna so
I'm gonna go with
Yes.
50.
37.
41.
Oh, Bobby's so close. Not giving you on this one. 42.
Boom!
Oh.
All right, so Bobby has 2 points. Andrew
Bobby
has
with
1.
these number things.
Beef has 0, and I hope it doesn't end in a tie because I didn't put a tiebreaker in. Which active player has played for the most teams? And then how many teams has he played for? It's going to be the... Let's steal it.
Is this before Is this counting Fitzpatrick?
Fitzpatrick was not on there. And I do not know if this guy played in 2021, but he was a free agent listed in 2021.
Collins
for
still
the-
playing?
No. He
Played for the most teams.
Yes,
team.
active player. And this player has played in the XFL.
That
Yeah,
helps.
that's right there.
Like that helps me at all.
The only ones XFL coming out, like PJ Walker.
He got drafted and played for the most amount of years for the Buccaneers. That's when he started his career.
Dude, I couldn't even.
I've heard this guy's name before, but like I couldn't.
He's still an active player, drafted in most,
As of 2021, he was still listed as
and
an active
played
free
most
agent.
recently for the Buccaneers.
No, I don't. I think he played most recently for the Steelers. I can look that up. But for the Buccaneers, he got drafted by the Buccaneers and he played for the
man.
Buccaneers the longest.
Was his name Chuck or Charlie? Is that guy?
No,
I don't know, dude.
I'm trying to pull up what team. I'll tell you guys the teams. Oh, it says his current team is the Denver Broncos.
This is
give defense, offense,
Quarterback.
what?
Oh, he played in 4 games in 2021.
4 games.
dude.
Lone Folk?
Nope.
He played in 4 games in 2021.
Dude, I don't know.
What team was he on in 2021?
The Broncos.
Broncos. You played
Nope.
before?
Who did he play for? He played for Baltimore and New York in 2021.
New York.
New York Jets.
Was it that Mike Green guy?
Oh, Josh Johnson?
Josh Johnson.
Jeez, I was not gonna figure
How
that
many
out.
teams did he play for?
12.
13. He's played for 13 teams.
Wow.
3-2. You're lucky you got that one, Bob.
Lucky man.
13 teams.
That was tough, man.
Hey, like I said, I know current players, all right? I'm not the best with past players.
That
He's
was
still a current player.
that was very difficult.
What?
He's still a current player.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm pretty good with
I'll give you
current
credit,
players.
Nick. You brought the challenge on that one. You got my brain spinning.
Yeah, that
That
was
was where like I was gonna have all questions like that for all sports, but then I'm like, that's not fair. Like I'm not gonna do basketball questions, but I'm just gonna sit here and
not know anything. No, I like that one though.
And people can roast me for that. I pulled it up on Google, all those questions. So if
Yeah.
any of them are wrong, Google's wrong. I don't
Yeah,
care.
take it up with Google, guys. But that'll wrap up the episode. We appreciate everybody for tuning in with us this week. As always, if you like what you heard, please give us a like and follow on our social medias. All of that is linked in our website, garagetalksports.com. Beef, I want to give you a special thank you for joining us, taking some time out of your evening to join us in the garage and talk some sports with us. It was a pleasure having you.
Yeah, no
Look
problem.
forward
It was,
to doing it again sometime.
the spark of the moment thing.
Yeah, I know. Bobby sent me the text, and I was like, oh, sure, why not? What do I care?
Yeah, true.
So thanks again for being here, man. We appreciate it. As always, guys, we'll talk to you next week.
All right,
See ya.